The number 6 ranked USC men's tennis team is coming off of a big win against number 12th ranked Cal this weekend. And in studio with me is senior Nick Crystal of the USC men's tennis team to break down where this team is with 3 matches remaining in regular season play. Nick, first off, really appreciate the time. And I just want to ask, right now, where do you see this team being? 20-4 so far through the year, 3-1 in conference play. Where is this team really?
I think we're in a really good position. If you were going to tell me we were 20-4 going in, I think I'd be pretty pleased. And I think we're definitely pleased, but we're definitely not content. And we're definitely ready to keep going and push on and get over this loss we had last weekend. But
sweet. Yeah. And before we go on to talk about your team and what you guys are doing, on the court, let's talk a little bit about your leadership. Coach Pete Smith obviously had the big milestone a few weeks ago, win number 600. The guy's got 5 national titles, 2-time Coach of the Year. What does he do so well in getting you guys prepped?
Coach Smith, obviously he's a legendary coach, and he's really big on family and being unified, so I think that's something he does really well. We have definitely like a one family, one heartbeat kind of motto going. He definitely pushes on and off the court too. He wants us to be in there doing our rehab, going really hard at our workouts, and the practices are pretty intense, but they're pretty fun. And it's pretty funny. He didn't even know, or we didn't even know that he got his 600th win, and we got a text, and we're like, I guess we should congratulate him.
There you go. So he's doing something right, obviously. Yeah. This weekend at home at Mark Stadium, you're hosting Arizona and Utah. How big of a weekend is this for you guys late in the season? Yeah,
it's a big weekend always, and when we're playing Pac-12 play, and just to hopefully get 2 more wins. And it's our senior day actually, which is a little bit crazy. Last 2 home matches, and so that'll be fun.
All right, one of the big seniors you guys lost from last season was senior Max DeVroom. He was obviously a huge leader for you guys. And coming into this year, you found yourself being only one of 2 seniors on the roster. Have you had to embrace sort of a leadership role for this team this year?
Yeah, definitely. We actually have 3, but David Lazar and Robbie Bellamy and I have, we've definitely done I think we've done a pretty good job. You have to ask the team, but yeah, Max was great. He really had a good presence on and off the court. He was great in the classroom. He was definitely a role model, and I think we've all just tried to follow in his footsteps in the guys of previous years.
All right, and looking down the road for the remainder of the season, it's hard to believe there's only 3 matches left for your team. Pac-12 play is right around the corner. Where are you feeling right now heading into that as that approaches?
I think we feel pretty solid. At the end of the day, our goal is obviously in May and NCAAs, so this is all building blocks to that. And I think we're in a good position. We got really good doubles, and we got a really good, strong lineup. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot of hard work and see if we can peak at the right time in May, and I think we have a good chance of doing that.
All right, and earlier you just mentioned, senior day this weekend against Utah. How special of a moment is that going to be for you, and what are you going to really remember about your time here at USC?
Yes, I know it's a tough one. I'm going to remember a lot, but I think obviously the friends and the family we've had on the tennis team. So many special guys have come through this program, and I've been lucky enough to meet. And yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty special. I'm going to think back about all the matches we've had here, and it's going to be a fun time.
And the fact that it's your senior season, how much more desperate does that make you for a big postseason effort from you guys?
Yeah, you got to go out on top, or that's what we're planning on, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get it done.
All right, looking back at probably one of the tougher memories for you here at USC, last NCAA tournament, the round of 16, you guys have that heartbreaker against Georgia, really tough match. You win the doubles point with your doubles partner, I believe, but how much does that match stay in your mind, going into the season? How much is it your motivation for you guys?
Yeah, I wouldn't say the match necessarily stays in mind, but the feeling afterwards, you're just sick to your stomach, and hopefully we're not going to have that feeling again this year. And I think we really wanted to make sure that we were prepared, and I think our coaches are doing a great job of that, and we're going to be as prepared as we can going into NCAAs.
All right, right now this team looks to be in a good spot, 20-4, 3-1 in conference play, currently first in the Pac-12. But coming ahead, it very well may come down to that April 21st matchup between you and UCLA for who comes away with the regular season conference title. Go a little bit into that match. Are you guys looking ahead at it? What's your mentality going forward?
No, I think our coaches do a pretty good job at making sure we're just going one at a time. Our Coach Smith's big motto is that it's just another match, and just because it's UCLA and it's our rival, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a big deal, and we shouldn't treat it like it's a big deal. And I think that actually really helps us relax. So it'll be fun to go in there at their place, and it'll be definitely a rowdy environment, and hopefully we can get a W.
All right, sweet. And we hope to have him in studio, but we couldn't today. Lawrence Ravoven, your doubles partner. Yeah. You guys have been partners for about 2 years now. Could you go a little bit into the chemistry you two have developed? And you guys have actually gone on some pretty impressive winning streaks together on the court. So
yeah. Lawrence is we've been playing now for almost 2 years, and he came in last spring in January, and we definitely kind of struggled in the beginning because he was coming from a new country, starting school. I mean, it was a lot for him. It was pretty impressive, and hats off to him. And we kind of found our range during the middle of last season and carried it over this season. I think we're both super comfortable. We know what each other are going to do on the court, and we complement each other pretty well.
All right, and I hear he's a pretty big Federer guy. And you're a pretty big Nadal guy.
Yeah,
Could you go a little bit into that? You guys ever beef over that a little?
I don't know if we've necessarily beefed over it. I think I actually didn't even know he was a big Federer guy. He's a one-hand backhand, and he has perfect strokes, so it kind of makes sense. And I probably don't have perfect strokes, and I definitely don't hit the ball as clean as he does. I have to run around a little more, so I think it kind of makes sense in our game styles. But no, not a lot of beef over that.
Okay, you note that he has a great backhand. I've always thought they should call him the Belgian backhand. So maybe we can get that going.
Yeah, maybe we can get that
going. But, you know, you mentioned that you have some ambitions for playing tennis after college. Could you go a little bit into that? And I mean, I know you said you're a big Agassi guy too. Yeah. You know, who are some pros you really model your game after?
I looked up to Andre Agassi growing up. Definitely the way his ground strokes. I would like to say I look like that on the court, but it's probably not. But Nadal, obviously, Federer. I mean, all the real big names. I think you can always take bits and pieces from their game. So, and obviously, Steve Johnson's been a pretty big influence as being a guy that just graduated SC right before me, and he's killing it on the tour.
All right, awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck going forward in your career, but you've got some business still here at USC. Nick and the USC men's tennis team will be taking on Arizona and Utah at home this weekend before their big matchup with UCLA on April 21st, which will likely determine the Pac-12 regular season title.